5 hidden secrets about Pablo Escobar they don't want you to know. He was feared by governments, hunted by the law, and worshipped by those who saw him as a modern-day Robin Hood. Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria, the king of cocaine, ruled Colombia's underworld with an iron fist. His name alone sent shivers across the globe. But behind the headlines and the chaos of his reign lies secrets, dark, unresolved mysteries that remain hidden to this day. In this video, we're going to uncover the 5 most hidden secrets about Pablo Escobar. Secrets that will take us deep into the shadows of power, corruption, and betrayal. Stay with me until the end, because the 5th secret may completely change the way you think about Escobar's so-called death. Let's start in 1989. Colombia was on the edge of transformation. A presidential candidate named Luis Carlos Galán had ignited the hope of millions. He was charismatic, fearless, and openly opposed Escobar's narco empire. For the first time, Colombians saw a leader unafraid to challenge the cartels. But on August 18, 1989, at a rally in Socha, Galán was assassinated. Gunfire erupted, and the man who promised a new future collapsed on stage. The nation was thrown into chaos. The immediate suspect? Pablo Escobar. After all, Galán's war against the drug cartels threatened Escobar's empire. But here's where the mystery deepens. Documents later revealed that Galán's own security detail had been infiltrated. Some of his guards had ties to politicians and military officers, men who stood to lose everything if Galán became president. So the question is this: did Escobar personally orchestrate the killing, or was he just one player in a much larger conspiracy involving Colombia's political elite? To this day, no one has been held fully accountable. Galán's death remains one of Colombia's darkest unresolved crimes. 5 years earlier, in 1984, Escobar faced another enemy, Rodrigo Lara Bonilla, Colombia's Minister of Justice. Lara was young, determined, and unlike most officials, incorruptible. He exposed Escobar's attempt to infiltrate politics, even going as far as to prove that the kingpin had bought his seat in Congress with drug money. And for that, Lara paid the ultimate price. On April 30th, 1984, his car was ambushed in Bogota. Gunmen sprayed bullets into the vehicle, killing him instantly. The government pointed the finger directly at Escobar, and for the first time, Colombia declared open war on the Medellin cartel. But once again, the story isn't so simple. Later investigations suggested that Lara's murder may not have been solely Escobar's doing. Whispers of rival cartels, corrupt military officers, and even foreign intelligence agencies began to circulate. Some argued that eliminating Lara was convenient not just for Escobar, but for other powerful figures who feared what Lara's investigations might reveal. So, was Escobar the executioner, or merely the fall guy for a much larger plot? That question still haunts Colombia. Few crimes shocked the world like the bombing of Avianca Flight 203. On November 27, 1989, a commercial jetliner carrying 107 passengers exploded mid-air just minutes after takeoff. Everyone on board was killed. Among the passengers was a man believed to be connected to Cesar Gaviria, the leading presidential candidate at the time. Authorities claimed Escobar ordered the bombing to assassinate Gaviria, preventing his rise to power. But here's the twist. Gaviria never boarded that flight. He survived. And that's where the mystery begins. Why would Escobar risk international outrage for a plan so easily derailed? Some investigators believe the bombing wasn't about Gaviria at all. Instead, it may have been designed to send a message to prove that Escobar could reach anyone, anywhere, even in the skies. Others whisper something even darker, that Escobar may not have acted alone. Intelligence reports suggest possible involvement of foreign operatives and rival factions who wanted the world to see Escobar as a monster, even if the truth was more complex. The official version of events remains widely accepted, but the unanswered questions linger. Why that plane? Why that day? And who really placed the bomb on board? Journalists are often the last line of defense against corruption. And in 1986, Guillermo Cano, editor of the newspaper El Espectador, became Escobar's most dangerous critic. Cano was fearless. He published exposés on the Medellin cartel, revealing details of Escobar's empire that the public had never seen before. But on December 17, 1986, Cano was assassinated outside his office in Bogota. The hit was blamed on Escobar's gunmen, and the cartel's reputation for silencing its critics only grew stronger. But here's what makes Cano's death so chilling. Investigations later revealed that Escobar wasn't the only one who wanted him gone. Cano's articles had also threatened powerful politicians, businessmen, and even foreign interests whose dealings with the cartel could have been exposed. So who really ordered the hit? Was it Escobar silencing a critic, or a coalition of powerful elites ensuring that the truth never came to light? The answer remains buried in shadows, leaving Cano's death as one of the most unresolved crimes in Colombian history. And now we come to the final, most haunting mystery of all, Pablo Escobar's own death. On December 2nd, 1993, after years of manhunts, intelligence operations, and international pressure, Escobar was finally cornered. Authorities claimed he was tracked through a phone call to his family. They raided his hideout in Medellin, chased him across rooftops, and killed him in a dramatic firefight. But almost immediately, questions began to surface. The official autopsy reported that Escobar died from gunshot wounds, but one detail stood out: a bullet to his right ear. Escobar had long told his family and closest allies that if cornered, he would take his own life with a single shot to the head. Could that final bullet have been self-inflicted? Others believe something even more disturbing. Was Escobar truly killed by Colombian forces, or was his death orchestrated by rival cartels and U.S. operatives who wanted to erase him once and for all? After all, eliminating Escobar created a vacuum that other cartels quickly filled, and allowed certain political powers to strengthen their grip on Colombia. Even today, theories abound. Some claim Escobar escaped and lived in exile under a new identity. Others believe his death was staged to protect those still profiting from his empire. The truth? We may never know. Pablo Escobar's reign of terror left scars on Colombia that may never fully heal. He was a murderer, a trafficker, a manipulator of politics and power. But these 5 secrets show us something deeper. Escobar's story isn't just about one man. It's about the corruption, betrayal, and hidden forces that allowed him to rise and ensure that his crimes would never be fully resolved. The assassination of Luis Carlos Galán, the murder of Rodrigo Lara Bonilla, the bombing of Avianca Flight 203, the silencing of journalist Guillermo Cano, and the unresolved mystery of Escobar's own death. Each of these crimes reveals not just Escobar's ruthlessness, but also the shadowy alliances that surrounded him. So I leave you with this question. If so many mysteries remain hidden, how much